Hi guys, welcome back to Empowerment Network with me, Comfort Confor, and of course with Anita and Andy. This evening, guys, we'll start straightforward by saying a word of, I don't know, sharing our sympathy with our brothers and sisters in Israel, as we are just reading from our brother Ram Ben, who says, sorry, but the possibility of being engaged to unpassive and watching videos is almost impossible for us Israelis, as indescribable horror happens to us. 1,000 dead, 2,500 wounded, 150 hostages. I really do share your pain, and I know exactly how it feels because my country is going through a similar situation since 2017. Hello, Anita and Andy. Good evening. Hi, Anita. You may go first. Anita, would you like to unmute?
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize. Sorry, I misheard you there. Good evening, everyone. Yeah, absolutely. Comfort. Our hearts will go out to everybody in Israel, of course. So yeah. So hello, Andy, as well. Good to be here this evening. Looking forward to it.
Hi guys. Happy Monday. Yeah, we're all very sorry to hear what's going on.
Yes.
Far from us, but yeah, it's happening all around the world at the moment, and like Comfort said, we feel for you.
Right. Okay, so we'll keep you in our prayers, and of course, guys, we continue with business as usual. This evening, you saw the topic. I think you would have been wondering, what does she mean? What do they mean when we say that Ash is coming back stronger and even much, much better? So we are saying this based on the various tops that we have been climbing from one top to the other, to the other, to the other, and whoever is in this movement, and you know our CEO, you know that when he goes silent for a couple of days, he comes back and of course escalate us to the next and next, and of course the next top. And when you don't see him, this is about the second week, then you are just like, oh my God, I am just expecting a series of wow, 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 wow. So that is where we are coming from. So we're just here so that we all can discuss this, and we would like to hear your take on this in the chat section. Anita, would you like to open the session, please?
Yeah. Okay. So, look, we know Ash hasn't been around just for a couple of weeks or so, and people start panicking. But really, what they need to do is they need to really sort of look a bit deeper into actually what's going on, because I'm sure Ash is absolutely up to here, so busy. I mean, we have got in a matter of days, okay, I'm sure you pronounce it as Jitex Global, now that is the 16th to 20th in Dubai. Let me tell you, if you do not know, if anybody watching this does not know how big that is, it's huge. Okay, I mean they've been doing this since about 1981. Okay, and last year alone they had like 5,000 exhibitors, 170,000 visitors from about 171 countries. This is big. Okay, number one. Now, when you also look at that, and forgive me, I had to make a few notes because I forget things otherwise. So just got to look at that. But it's not just startups. It says it's the largest tech and startup show in the world. That's what their website says. But it's not just startups, okay? It's also for tech giants also, all right? And guess what, guys? In case people haven't realised it, we're not really a startup anymore. We're a tech giant, and we've got to stand there. So at the end of the day, Ash has got a lot of work to do, number one. Number two, just think about how many more people are going to come into the ecosystem that are going to be shared out to us who have actually activated our accounts. And I know there's an issue at the moment, but believe you me, Ash should be making sure to work on getting that sorted as a priority, because he's going to need that available to people at that show. Now that show is in a matter of days. So come on, guys, get your thinking caps on here and realise this is going to be sorted by then. It has to be. And I'll start with that and hand back over to you, Comfort.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Anita. Oh, sorry, we need to mute. It's happening a lot. There's some feedback. Okay, thank you. Yeah, sure. So and I'd like you to go to Andy, for the past couple of weeks, like Anita just started, Ash has signed a few more, contracts here and there, partnership, going to partnership with here and there, and all of those things put together. And then he's busy. We've not heard anything at all. And all of those plus his silence put together. What do you have to say about that?
Well, Comfort, we know that when we don't hear from he and his team are working flat out. Now, ultimately, the pop up in the back office says, some big things coming. He wants those to be ready before he does that, so they must be working flat out. But as Anita pointed out, with the GTech Expo coming up in Dubai, I don't really think most people understand what that means to us. The number of people that go through this particular one, they've had to take over an additional building because it's that large. So it's normally in one huge, and I mean huge, expanse, but now it's into two. So they've doubled the size. It is that big, but the number of visitors that are going to be in there are in the millions, and the vast majority of these are going to be from different countries because they come to this to check out new technologies. As we've said before, Dubai wants to be the next or the Silicon Valley of the world, the tech hub of the world. And they've made a very good start on it. And at the end of the day, with the GTech Expo being the size it is now, as Anita said, we're going to have people rolling up and going, oh my God, yes, I want that, I'll sign up. And they will just come in, register, and away they go. So, these you've got to understand, these teething problems that we have with the payment system is not on Passive's problem. It's the merchant. The problem with the merchant, excuse me. The problem with the merchants is that they've looked at this and gone, hold on a second. Wow, there are so many people coming in. We don't know if we can cope with all of this lot. That's probably likely to be what's going on. But as I said, it reflects badly on Passive, even though it's nothing to do with us, from the point of view that a third party is dealing with the payment system, not on Passive itself. So, hopefully that will be resolved very quickly. But in the meantime, as Anita said, this expo is going to be absolutely massive for all of us. And we anticipate a sizable number of customers coming on board over that week that GTech is on.
Oh yeah, I think, and Andy, you just read my mind by bringing that up, because that was going to be one of the things I would love us, and would still, of course, go on it, Anita, as Andy has started. What I know, because I was listening to Red too. I think that was on Friday, and he was like, you can't control what the third parties do. Because the mistakes are not from ours. If you look at our own, the products are ongoing, the products are fine, all connect is perfect at the level where it is. And then the new website was here this week. They keep coming new stuff and stuff. So would you like to add your voice to that as well, to confirm the fact that the problem is not ours, and we still need to be on course as we wait for Ash to come back?
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, you just can't control issues that are coming from third parties. I mean, all anybody can do is, try to get those resolved as quickly as possible, which is what Ash is doing. And he will. And we have to remember, I think what everyone has to remember, he's never let us down with anything. Everything that he has said we have had, and better, and bigger and better. And, I think really for those who are fully engaged, like ourselves here, we're just blown away every time we have a corporate webinar. And I come across founders who have never even been on a corporate webinar. I'm shocked that they've never been on a corporate webinar. They've never even seen the light show up the Burj Khalifa. So they're not really very qualified to kind of sort of make assumptions and to, you know, come with negativity. But you know, we've been around a long time, and certainly, you know, I've been here over 5 years, and we just know that no matter what he is faced with, he will sort that out one way or another. And we just have to remain, as he's always asked us to be, as positive and patient, because what's actually coming to us is way, way bigger and better than any of us could have ever dreamed of. And we're already seeing that. As I say, if there's anybody watching this that doesn't quite understand that, then please start watching stuff, start really engaging, you know, get onto YouTube and start watching stuff. And, you know, there's a lot you can do, but we'll come on to that in a moment. There's a lot people could be doing right now. Don't see it as we're just waiting. You know, there's a lot you could be doing. You know, people are coming and saying, oh, yeah, when am I going to get a return on my investment? So, wow, hold on. You know, rewind. You know, I can't believe people are still saying that. I can't. You know, it's like, I think you need to go and catch up like a lot, like 5 years worth on passive. But you know, we've just got to be patient. It's happening, as we're saying, as Andy's just said as well. Again, I mean, he said G-Tech, I'm saying Gitex. You know, that's how I spell it, how I would pronounce it. But you know, G-Tex, Gitex, doesn't matter. The fact is that is huge, and you know, people have got to understand what they've got in their hand right now is absolute gold dust. Their founder position right now is gold dust.
Wow. I know, talking about understanding of what we have, Andy, because sometimes, you know, like we're saying, when we just sit, we think that nothing is happening because we are looking at what Ash is doing instead of doing what we are supposed to do from our part. And earlier on, Andy, you said people definitely or apparently don't understand the magnitude of such events like the one we're just talking about. So if you can delve a tiny bit into that again, you know, it's happening in Dubai, which wants to be the Silicon Mountain or Valley of the world, and they embrace us, everything we do and stuff. What does this really mean to us? I think people would like to know a bit more about that, Andy.
We started with 1.4 million, what we called founders originally, early birds, guys that got in before the company launched. Now those founding positions, as Anita said, or these early bird positions, are gold dust. The problem is that the vast majority of that 1.4 million don't see it because they never got engaged. Now, you know, when there is going to come a point very soon where I'm happy to do training videos, but I'm not simply going to ask questions because the vast majority of these people are not engaged. They don't know what's going on, and they have been given the best opportunity in life they're ever going to see. Now, if they can't take that and they still want us to spoon feed them, I don't have time for that, and I'm not prepared to deal with it. Bottom line is, you have this phenomenal opportunity. What you now have to do is you have to grab it with both hands. Now, as I've said yesterday, if you don't understand what's going on, start taking steps to find out. Little tiny steps every day. Spend 10 minutes a day. Everyone can find 10 minutes a day to go into their ecosystem and start looking around. Find out what's going on in there, how things work, set up an ONET account, you know, send yourself an email to your other email address. Make sure you've whitelisted it from your other email address. Do something. And then there are so many videos on you know, all of the various media platforms that explain more about the products, explain more about the business, explain more about what's coming. what amazes me more than anything is that, as I said, we've got these 1.4 million early birds, and we've now got, we don't know the exact figure, but it's likely to be over 3 million in total. And the vast majority of the people that will grab onto OConnect are new customers. And it's very quickly going to go the other way around. So at the moment it's 80-20, it's going to go 20-80 as more customers come on board. Now, we've done the maths before. So, you know, if there are 10 million and we're 1 million, it's 10%. We're 10% of the top 10%. But it's not going to stop there. And you're going to see some of these customers fly. They understand what's going on. They've got an opportunity to have a business, their own business, for $250. That's it. Now, for us, we're lucky. We don't have to pay that same amount because we got a refund from what we paid for the early bird positions, but we've still got those early bird positions. So we were given an extra bonus, an extra opportunity for having that early position. Now, if you've got people sitting back saying, "Oh no, I'm just going to wait until the commission comes in," well, good luck. See you later, because we're the ones that are going to be, you know, up at the top there, while you sit back, let them do their thing, and perhaps you might make a little bit of money yet. Probably, but you've got to bear in mind that if you haven't become an affiliate and you haven't activated at least one product for your shop, how can you get paid? You can't. You can't earn any commission unless you've activated your account and become an affiliate. So please, if you ever wanted an opportunity to earn more than most do at retirement age, then this is your opportunity. Take it and run with it. Learn a little bit every day. That's all you've got to do. I don't understand it, but I'm learning things every day.
Right. Yeah, Andy, you know, just the last 1 or 2 minutes that you've spoken, you've talked about learning at least 3 times. You've mentioned that at least 3 times. I just want to take us elsewhere, something that I believe, and a few more people. Even the Bible says, study to prove thyself worthy. So there's nothing you will do in your life without learning to know that thing more than you were from where you started. Learning is the name of the game, and the time is now. So if Ash is giving us this time and so on, I think it's just for us to get engaged, or there's a lot of words people use: get engaged, plug in, learn, study, ask questions, and all of those. Because Anita, as we speak, people are still telling you, I don't know how to migrate from old founders. People are still coming now as we sit here, check your WhatsApp messages. They're asking you, why is it that I'm trying to activate my account? I cannot an account. They're not accepting my card because they are not learning. So Anita, I would let you say something about that, please.
Excuse me. Can you catch coughs down webinars, because I've got Andy's. Look, you know, this is the thing about learning, isn't it? I mean, people have come into this at the wrong angle. I mean, people really have. I don't really know what I want to say. I blame some of the people who signed up, you know, some referred, some founders, or whether you can't, you know, that's gone. We are where we are now. But there are people that have really, really thought that they've come along and joined some sort of one of those high, you know, HYIPs, high yield and investment platform. You just shove it in, you do nothing, and then, you know, and it just clocks it up at so much % a day, and out it comes. And most of those are scams. They go. So because they think they've come into that, they just get like, where are we at now? Oh, what's happening? Am I going to get a return? They don't feel they need to learn anything, or that they, excuse me, they don't feel they need to learn anything because they thought it's an all done for you system, but they haven't quite grasped what that really means. Yes, Ash is looking to bring a traffic package so that you have all that done. But the thing is, you've got to learn, first of all, start with going onto the website. Go on to onpassive.com and really understand who OnPassive are, what we do. Excuse me. The website today is amazing. There's apparently a new thing on there, as Red said earlier. They change it from time to time, the About Us. But if people just even started there, go and learn about what OnPassive are all about, number one. On there, you can read about the products. That's another thing. The other thing that people could do, go and learn what O-Trim is and where your links are. People are saying, how do I share about OnPassive? If you go into your OES, your ecosystem, excuse me, I'm going to take a sip of drink. So if you go into your ecosystem and go to my links, there's tons of them. Have a look at them. Copy the link, open it in another tab, and have a look at it. See if it's one you like, and you think, oh, I like that one. I'll share that one. Okay, attach it to some things that you want to put out there, whether it be your Facebook or an email to a friend or whatever it is. And yes, at the moment, until that payment system is sorted, yes, they can only come into the use the free products. But those free products are worth using. But if you don't understand those free products and you're not using them yourself, how can you expect to tell anybody else that you know how great they are and to come and use them? So start learning who OnPassive are, what the products are, and how to go into the ecosystem. You've even got, like Andy said, just spend a little bit of time a day. But you've got the user manuals. There's user manuals in the ecosystem. Go on the blog. You don't have to want to be into technology. You don't have to at all. But AI is just amazing. And I've said this before, I had no interest in it really much before, before OnPassive. But my God, the things that are coming around nowadays, it is just an amazing thing that what you can do with it. And no, you don't have to get too involved in any of it. But the first rule of anything, surely, is to understand what you have. I don't call this invested your money into, but there's people out there that think they have. Whatever, surely you'd want to know what that is. Even if it was an investment platform, you'd want to know what it is. So, it's not that. It's a business, and it's a business with real people. It's real offices, lots of them, and in several countries, and we've got products. So, really start now. Start, setting aside some time now to learn. Use this time because this big boy is coming, and it's coming fast. And just because there's a gap right now where we haven't seen Ash for a couple of weeks or so, there is a lot going on in the background. And my God, there's going to be the next webinar that comes is going to be a big almighty one.
Can I add a few things, Comfort?
Yeah.
Red used a wonderful analogy the other day about, us.
Andy, you're muted.
There you go. I'm waffling on and no one can hear me. It's perfect. Right. I said Red used an analogy the other day about, if you go to a nice restaurant or you go and watch a film at the cinema, you get excited about having this fantastic meal that you've had at the restaurant and or a good film that you've been to see. So you go back and you tell your friends about it. Yeah. and the restaurant is getting business from you because you've told your friends, because your friends are going to go, oh, that's a good idea. Perhaps I'll try that. I'll take my wife there. I'll take my friend there. Perfect. Now the restaurant is getting that extra business and you're not earning out of it. What we have is a system where we can do exactly the same. get excited about what it is that you've got. This is different to anything else on the market. Wow, look at this. I've really got this fantastic new email system, or there's a social media system, which is a correction to the corruption, or, you know, we've got this video conferencing platform, which is to die for. So, you know, why don't you have a look? Here's a link. That's it. In a nutshell, that's it. That's the whole business. That's all we have to do. Now, that's not hard, and anyone can build an income from that, because all it takes really is you finding one person that goes, oh, I see what you've got. Right, I'm going to run with it. You know, and they will build a huge business out of this and leave you in the dust, because you simply haven't looked at it from the perspective of, this is my business and I should take control of it. Back to you, Comfort.
Sorry, I was trying to unmute myself. Sorry. Yeah, thank you, Andy, for going on that again. You know, because one thing we have noticed, Anita, I think you started with this first, but before we go to this, there's something because Andy, earlier on you talked about people needing to watch the videos. Anita talks about the guidelines, the handbooks, and all of these are the OES. And there's another way, especially for those who are like, oh, I can't migrate, oh, I can't register, because we can't hold webinars to do that anymore. But Andy, I know that you are good at explaining, pointing a finger to where we find more information. Where do we go from here if we need to learn how to migrate, how to sign up or activate?
Well, for this is how to migrate was for the early bird positions to move across into the ecosystem. So if you go onto the original site that we had, ofounders.net, and sign in as usual, go into updates, and you'll find lots of videos that Marty DeGalmo has created for people that haven't been able to migrate properly or haven't been able to do it. Now, let me put it this way. If you're an early bird, then the payment that you need to make your wallet up to 250 is 143, right? If you're an early bird and you see 250 in there that you've got to put in, and there's no 107, you've done it wrong. Yeah. Now, please, you've got to take this into consideration. If you then pay for OConnect, put 250 in and pay OConnect, you're not going to get that money back from the company. You'll get it when a customer comes into that group, into your group from that account, but you're not going to get it back because the commission has already been paid out to somebody else. The company can't go cap in hand and say, oh, by the way, I need to get the commission back from you because I've got to pay it back to her because she didn't migrate properly. Yeah, so there are videos in ofounders.net in updates. Please check them out if you're worried, if you have any concerns. The other thing to do is to check. If you go into the ecosystem and you click on my profile on the right hand side, drop down box, if it says delete account, it means that you've registered as a customer. Delete the account and do it again.
Exactly. Thank you, Andy. That was a good reminder. So, guys, as it stands, like I said earlier on, we'll not really hold webinars just to train you how to do this. But if you want to do anything in your OES and you are not sure, you see something you are not sure about, stop there, come back and just ask anybody around. You will still get help, because people are still ready to help. It's just that we're trying as much as we can to empower everybody, because business needs to move on. We cannot continue doing this. Everybody needs to concentrate on their own business and the new affiliates that are coming in. So if you are not sure about anything, don't continue before you come back regretting. Stop there, ask any person, ask this one, ask that. If you ask even Chris Johnson, Marty, Red, Andy, or anybody, they don't need to know who you are. They don't just need to know that you are an affiliate in the OnPassive ecosystem, and you will get that help. So, Anita, I think we should take a last quick one on this point, because it's also important. You know, many people spend a lot of energy and time finding out, seek, or trying to search for negative information about a business that is supposedly theirs. the same energy they could use to help teach themselves to grow so that they're ready for business. So what do you say about this?
Look, the thing is, we all know, or we all should know, that at some point soon, Ash is going to share out the users that have come in, and they've come in from a customer point of view. They've seen the adverts of the Burj Khalifa or from the football match, back in November, at the World Cup. Now there's going to be the GITEX great big, thing that people are going to be at. There's been all sorts, isn't there? There's the train station, there's everything. When those people are going to be shared out, how long does he wait? How long does he wait for people to be ready to, move along with the business that they came into this to have? And that is, you need to basically activate your account by buying OConnect. Now, obviously, as we say at the moment, you can't do that unless you do it with crypto. I'm not saying go ahead and try and do it with crypto, just be patient. He will give time for that, but at some point, he'll have to share those out. And you've got to be ready. You've got to understand what this is all about, because you're going to miss out. If you are sitting on the fence going, oh, I'll wait and see what happens. How much longer do you need to want to wait? What do you mean I want to see what happens? What's going to happen is you're going to miss out on being shared that first pool. And that first pool, apparently, according to Ash, quite, some weeks ago now, he turned around and said, we're all going to be extremely surprised, very surprised by the numbers. Now, he did say that back then, weeks ago, that we think there was around about 2 million users had come in since us founders, early birds, 1.4 million. So we all thought, about 3 million. So yeah, there's 3 million of us now. So we're all going to get at least one. What if there's 10 million? I said this the other week. What if there's now 10 million? We're all going to get maybe 10, 10 customers. And those customers, please bear this in mind. They're not people that have just, like some founders bought more than one account. Some founders are in just because Aunt Flo bought it for them or whatever. I mean, I did the same with somebody, just bought it for them. They don't necessarily really want it. But those people all came in of that because they saw the advert and they wanted in. And they're going to be shared out amongst us. You've got to be in it to win it. That is his motto. Understand what that means. It's like the lottery. You can't win the lottery if you haven't bought a ticket. So get learning, wake up, get learning, get involved, get on it, because this is your business and you're going to miss out. You're going to miss out. You can't keep holding on. If some people haven't migrated yet, I don't know where they've flipping well been, because we all migrated well over a year ago, wasn't it? Where are you? What are you doing? You're just not realising what you've got in your hands. I keep saying it, I said it only again tonight. You've got more than gold dust in your hands. That's when you started realising it. I'm being really bold there and really frank. Don't miss out. Don't miss out because of ignorance, because you are not spending time and taking time to look at what's right in front of your face. Sorry, there it is, big and bold.
Right. Some people want to win a lottery without buying a ticket. Sounds like some people wanting to go to heaven without dying. So it doesn't work like that. One must come before the other, unfortunately. So
can I just add one more thing there? Actually, I do just want to say to people, I'm sorry if that sounded quite harsh, but it's fact.
sure.
Yes, there are people that are waiting for the all done for you system. That's absolutely okay to do that. That is what a lot of people just wanting to be able to do. They don't want to go out and promote. That's fine to hang around and wait, but it doesn't mean close your eyes to everything. It still means understand what on passive is all about. Okay, so I did just want to add that.
Sure. Thank you. So, Andy, you have your last take too, but I would like you to maybe touch on something Anita said earlier on. I like numbers and I get a bit excited when I just close my eyes and imagine that these numbers are sitting somewhere and waiting to be released onto us. So you have a minute to say your last thing.
The way I'm looking at this at the moment, and I know this sounds a little mercenary, but that's because there's an awful lot of people that haven't bothered. So let's say, for argument's sake, that we have, out of the 1.4 million early birds, there are probably no more than 400,000 that have registered so far. Okay. And that means that there are 2 million customers that have registered, because it's 20%. Yeah. So you go, hold on a minute. From our point of view, the ones that have activated and have sorted it out, then those 2 million are going to be shared out amongst 400,000. Okay, well, everyone can do the maths. That's nice and easy. But that means that we never have to pay for OConnect again because of the customers that are coming in. Yeah, if they're buying OConnect, then every single person that has already activated means they never have to worry about paying for OConnect again. Now that's now a product. Put it in the form of a shop, like Pete Rogers explains. So Pete has to buy £70,000 worth of stock pretty much every other week. That's a lot of money to put into a business. Now, what I've done is I've paid 143 for OConnect, and I've paid for it once. But it's in there ad infinitum. Yeah. So the customers that I've now got on board are paying for that. They're paying for OConnect for me. And I'm still making the commission. Now, what company does that? Right. So if I now grow my business by another 5 customers, I'm now making a profit over and above the cost that I can actually withdraw as an income if I want to. Now, we know the vast majority of the founders are in the likes of India, Papua New Guinea, Yemen. These are not affluent areas, and $1,000 a month is a huge, huge amount for most of these people. Okay, it may not be for those in the States or the US or the UK or Europe or Australia. May not be quite the same thing. But at the end of the day, you've got an opportunity to go from 1,000 to 5,000 to 10,000, whatever limit you want to go to. What excites me more than anything else, Comfort, is if there are only 400,000 that have activated, those are the ones that are going to get the customers that have already come in. Yeah. Now, we've been waiting, some of us have been waiting 4 or 5 years for those customers to come in. So we've jumped at this and gone, yes, thank you very much. I'm in. I saw the vision. I believe in what's going on. I'll follow this man because he has this vision, and it's a do or die. I'm going to get it done, and I'm going to get it better than anyone else on the market. So done that. Right. I'm in. End of. I'm in. Now, all of these guys sitting on the fence, they go, hold on a second. I'm not sure whether I should activate the account or whether I should wait for the commission to come in first. You're the ones losing out, not us. Because if I had my last dollar to make enough to pay for OConnect, I would pay for OConnect. And between you and me, that's pretty much what I've had to do, because I'm still painting and decorating. But bottom line is, I know that in the future, my future is set because I've already used and activated OConnect. The next product that comes in, I'll have enough money in the wallet to be able to pay for that. So now I've got 2 products in my store, yeah, and then 3, and then 4. Every single one of these becomes a new income stream, another income stream, and another, and another, and another, and so on. And it was Warren Buffett that said, if you don't make money while you sleep, you're always going to work for somebody else. You have an opportunity now, take it. If you don't take it, don't come to ask us for help, because we're not going to help.
That's very true. And Andy, on this note, I'll just say something here, and if you don't have anything, and then we should be rounding up. We just want to remind everyone, because for some reason people still come to you like this evening, oh, I'm unable to activate. We should know that by now. Everybody should know that the payment by card, any of the Visa, debit, or all of those cards has been put to a halt for about a week now, because like Andy said earlier on, Andy, I may be wrong, the merchants, they have not been able to manage that yet. I think they're a bit overwhelmed or for whatever reason, and so they've suspended and they're working on that. Ash is quite busy. So if you can, if you are good with crypto, you can go ahead and do that. But then if you can't, I am also waiting. I'm ready to activate, but then I'm waiting for the cards to be activated or to go on live, because I can't. I don't understand crypto, so no panic, no fear, nothing, because we all are fine. If you are satisfied with that, guys, then we should carry on.
Absolutely. Listen, if you don't understand crypto, please don't use it.
Yes.
Just wait and hang on. It's not a problem. You're not going to lose out at this stage, because I think Ash is going to wait and make sure that as many people can activate their accounts as possible before he starts allocating these customers.
Right.
Okay. Now, I know that sounds contradictory what I said earlier. It doesn't, because there's an awful lot of people that actually can't be bothered to do that. And there's a lot waiting in the wings to go, I want to make the payment, and they simply can't because they're having a problem with the merchant. So, yeah, don't panic.
Anita, you need to unmute yourself, please.
Yeah, I was literally just going to say, don't forget as well, guys, we've always been from day one beta testers, and that's the reason why Ash needed us really more than any other reason, was to test these things out on us. So as they come along, it's us that are kind of, helping to iron out the problems now. So all of these card payment issues, once they're ironed out, it'll be another thing ironed out for a really, really stable, easy run business for our future. So just, stay calm and just understand that that's all part and parcel of the founder position, was to be beta testers. So just stay calm, feedback, they know what's going on and they're working on it. And just be assured that that was part and parcel of what it's part and parcel of being a founder.
Right. Okay. Thank you. Thanks so much, Anita, Andy, and of course, thank you guys for the great contributions in the chat. I think this goes a long way, guys. Let's share this. If we find this information useful, give us some likes so that we get more exposure, because this exposes the platform and, of course, our business through the algorithm. Thank you, guys. See you once again, and bye. Thanks.